Let's convert each of these decimals to a percent. To convert a decimal to a percent, let's start by looking at a percent. Let's take a look at 15%. Now, can we write 15% any other way? Yes, we can. We can write 15% as the fraction 15 over 100. So 15% is the same as 15 divided by 100. Now, if we were to actually take 15 divided by 100, we would get the decimal 0.15. So that means that 15% is the same as the decimal 0.15. Now remember, a percent is the value of the percent per 100. So if we wanted to take this decimal and convert it to a percent, we would need to take this decimal and multiply it by 100 in order to get the value of our percent. That's what we need to do in our problem. We need to take each of our decimals and multiply each of them by 100 in order to get the value of that percent. So in step number 1, we need to multiply each of these decimals by 100. Now we could multiply each of these decimals by 100 and get the correct answer. But there's a quick trick that'll make this a little faster. When you multiply a decimal by 100, you are actually taking that decimal point and moving it 2 places to the right. So if we want to convert 0.98 to a percent, we can multiply it by 100. Or we could use that quick trick and move this decimal point 2 places to the right. When we do that, we get the number 98. So 98 is the value of the percent. Great! Now let's do the same thing for all the other decimals. Let's take our next decimal, 22.76. To convert this into the value of the percent that we need, we multiply it by 100. Or we take this decimal point and move it 2 places to the right. We get the number 2,276. Then we'll take our next decimal, 0.12568. We move that decimal point 2 places to the right, and we get 12.568. Finally, we take our last decimal, 0.7, and we move that decimal point 2 places to the right. Now look at what happened. When we move this decimal point 2 places to the right, we got this blank space. If you get a problem where you get a blank space here, all you need to do is put a 0 in as a placeholder. So here we get the number 70. Great. Now we have each of the values of the percents that we need. But they're not percents yet. In order to be a percent, we need to have that percent sign. So in step number 2, we need to put a percent sign behind each one of the numbers we just got. Once we put that percent sign, we have the percents that we were looking for. So now we've converted all of these decimals into percents. 0.98 goes from a decimal and becomes 98%. 22.76 is the same as 2,276%. This decimal becomes 12.568%, and this decimal becomes 70%.